And U.S. allies across the world are praising the newly signed Abraham Accords. One America's Jack Posobiec sat down with a Hungarian foreign minister for his reaction to the peace deal. Take a look.
We're excited to welcome back here to One America News. It's Peter Siarto, the Foreign Minister of Hungary. Thank you so much for joining us here in Washington, D.C.
Thank you for the invitation. Happy to be back.
Now, I understand you've just come from the White House. You were there at the signing of the peace deal. Tell me, how was that event?
Well, actually, this is an event which is going to be on the pages of the history books, no question. Our children and grandchildren will learn about this during their school years. That's without a doubt. I think President Trump made a fabulous achievement in this regard. If you had raised the question to anybody in the Middle East like 2-3 years ago, whether he or she would have thought that within 2 or 3 years a peace accord would be signed between Israel and some leading Arab countries, I'm pretty sure the answer would have been no, definitely not. And now this is a reality. We have always been very supportive to the policy of the United States in the Middle East, because for us peace and security there is vital, given the fact that whatever happens in the Middle East has a direct impact, direct security impact on Central Europe, where Hungary is located. So if there's a stability and peace in the Middle East, then there's less chance for additional migratory waves or other destabilizing movements coming out from the region and heading to Europe, and including Europe into the central part of the continent. So for us, what President Trump and the American administration have achieved here is very good news, and I was really honored to be part of this whole event as the only foreign minister being invited from Europe.
Now, speaking of threats to Hungary, security situations and waves, of course, we're now coming through COVID-19. That's something since the last time I've had you on that's come up with Hungary. Tell me, how is Hungary doing with COVID-19?
Well, look, that was an unprecedented challenge, not a question. So during springtime, we had to lock down the economy. We had to close down schools. And of course, it has a really bad impact on our economy. So regardless of the fact that we used to be the fastest growing country when it comes to economy in Europe until last year, now this year it's going to be minus when it comes to GDP growth, of course. We're going to be better than the European average, because imagine in the European Union, an average backslash of economy is going to be around minus 13–14%. So we're going to be better than that, but I mean, of course, this is not what we expected at the beginning of the year. The major challenge in springtime was to make the healthcare system ready and appropriate to handle and manage the challenge, buying all the protective equipments, buying the ventilators, the masks, the protective suits. That was not easy and simple, because the whole world wanted to buy these equipments from the very same place, from China. So we had to make real efforts, really tough efforts, in order to get all these purchased. And we were successful, thanks God, in this regard. Now we are much more prepared, given the fact that our healthcare system is absolutely prepared for the challenge. We have the beds in the hospitals vacant. We have the ventilators, 15,000 of them. We have millions of masks. We have our own production capacity built for masks, for ventilators as well. So from healthcare's perspective, I think we are prepared. When it comes to economy, the thing what we want to prevent is to lock down economy again. So that's why the 1st of September, when we started the school year, we have basically closed our borders. So no foreigners are now allowed to come to the territory of Hungary, with some exceptions, of course, like diplomats and investors and athletes. But basically, we closed the country. So we would like to avoid the virus to be brought into again. And with that, I think we'll be able to keep the country operational, and we'll keep the country safe. But it's a challenge.
All right, Foreign Minister Siarto, thank you so much for joining us. We're honored by your presence. Safe travels back home.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.